Dive in, breathe, and find your flow with us. Body awareness, balanced diver. One thing to be aware of is our hip flexors. When you think of neutral buoyancy, how does the shape of your body look? You have an arch in the back, your knees are bent, and you have that beautiful trim control. But also when you're arching your back, you're pulling on those hip flexors. This is one thing that's great to stretch. So you're gonna bend your knees, have your feet planted on the ground. You're gonna open up your right knee to the right side, and then thread your right foot underneath your left knee. Take your left hand to grab onto that right foot and then just pull it in a little closer. This is gonna get into that hip flexor, stretch your quad and your knees, which is all a very vital role in using for diving. Now this can already be very intense, always an option to stay here. If you do want a little extra, you can bring your left knee into your chest, your right hand can grab onto that left knee, and really just breathing through this. We're being physically aware of our body, but we also want to be mentally aware of how we are doing. So checking in with that breath, deep inhales every once in a while, and long exhales. Personally, I like to hold the stretch for truly as long as I can sit in it. But if you're on a time crunch, just at least try to get 10 rounds of breath in. You can always just switch it out and keep it balanced. You're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So truly, this is a glorious posture that you can really only get into if you're laying down. So I really highly suggest doing it before your dive or even after your dive. Another thing to take into consideration with body awareness is just how simple of a posture standing can be. So a lot of times when we're standing, we're not thinking. We have this slouch here, even with your gear, especially you wanna lean forward. Or sometimes we're pushing our hips out, and that almost makes it worse. So we want to work with our body, not against it. So something as simple as our mountain pose. So starting just standing up, think about your feet being hip width distance. Think of the 4 points in your feet, your big toe, your pinky toe, and the 2 points in those heels, grounding into the mat. Think about your ankles pulling away from each other. Your inner thighs are going to rotate in. You should already feel pretty strong and sturdy in this. Now engage your core. When you engage your core, you're protecting your lower back, and now everything is staying connected here. Now visualize a breath as you inhale through your legs, a nice tall spine. As you exhale, you're rolling your shoulders away and then press those collarbones down, feeling nice and strong and sturdy. So this whole aspect of being aware in your body is gonna be the same concept for when you're holding your scuba gear. Being a little bit more aware here. So with that nice standing pose, our mountain pose, feet are hip width distance. Think about those 4 points in the toes and the feet. So 2 points in the toes, the big toe, the pinky toe, 2 points in those heels. Really grounding into the mat. Think about pulling your ankles away from each other or rotating your thighs in towards each other. You're gonna keep that core engaged. Slight little tuck to that tailbone, so that way you're not arching your back here. And then take a nice tall spine, maybe roll the shoulders away and press those collarbones down. You should already feel extraordinarily sturdy and strong here. And this is going to be that same body awareness that we want to be utilizing while we have our gear on, while we're scuba diving. This is going to help protect the rest of our body and keep that nice, safe, and clean dive. Dive in, breathe, and find your flow with us.